Got a house down a back road, got a flag on the front porch. Got a dog named Waylon. I got a driveway that needs paving. I got a boat with a two-stroke, a couple guaranteed to make you laugh jokes. I got friends in low places. Yeah, life is what you make it. I might not end up in the Hall of Fame with a star on the sidewalk with my name, or a statue in my hometown when I'm gone. Nobody gonna name their babies after me. I might not go down in history, but I'll go down to the honky tonk. Got a girl named Sheila, she goes batshit on tequila. Got a job that gets the job done. I got a loan at the bank, it's a big one. The only place you might see my name is on the wall for a big time call. I'm a local legend on a Friday night in a patch blue ribbon and neon light. I might not end up in the Hall of Fame with a star on the sidewalk with my name, or a statue in my hometown when I'm gone. Nobody gonna name their babies after me. I might not go down in history, but I'll go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down. I go down to the honky tonk. I might not end up in the Hall of Fame with a star on the sidewalk with my name, or a statue in my hometown when I'm gone. Nobody gonna name their babies after me. I might not go down in history, but I'll go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down to the honky tonk. I go down. I go down to the honky tonk.
All right, my sandwich made a slight mess, so I got to go get a napkin real quick, but I'll be right back in time. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Harry and David Field in beautiful Medford, Oregon, as today we bring you more coverage of Docs baseball from the Coach K Invitational here in Medford. Today, the Docs will play 2 games, and we get it started out with first pitch coming up at 1 o'clock between your Roseburg Docs and the Eugene Challengers. These 2 teams looking to try and pick up a win to start out today's action. Their first game for both sides as we get Day 3 of the Coach K Invitational underway. The Eugene Challengers come in at 7-3 on this season, their 11th game of the year. For the Docs, this is just game number 6, coming in 4-1 after a 13-11 loss yesterday against the Medford Mustangs. A game the Docs fell behind early but fought their way back into and gave themselves a chance before time ran out on the 9-inning contest. We'll lay out the landscape of this tournament for you as we continue right along, so stick with us here throughout our Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach of the Docs, Jeremiah Robbins, for our pregame interview. And we'll also get a chance to take a look at this matchup, take a look at the tournament, and preview with your starting lineup. So we got plenty to go coming up here throughout the Centennial Medical Group pregame show. Stay with us. For those that are listening maybe on the radio and you'd like a little bit more coverage, make sure you head to 541radio.com to watch today's Docs baseball game, streaming live for free thanks to sponsorship from Denny's Satellite Shop, your local cable and satellite pros. Denny's Satellite Shop will get you set up to watch all your favorite sports, movies, and TV shows. That's Denny's Satellite Shop, 541-672-0199. We'll take a quick 2-minute break as we get ready for today's ball game. When we come back, it's time to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. This is the Centennial Medical Group pregame show on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here with more of our Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Doc's getting ready for day 2. Going to have a couple of games back-to-back here today down at Harry and David Field in the Coach K Invitational. And joining us now here in the pregame show, we get a chance to catch up once again with Coach Jeremiah Robbins. Coach, yesterday, opening day of the tournament, obviously sloppy to start, but you guys fought your way back. At least you got to like at least some of the stick-to-itiveness in that game, that you guys fight your way back and make it close there.
Yeah, that was kind of the bright point of the day. We in the later innings, we got the score close. That game could have went sideways in a hurry, and we kind of held our ground for a little bit there. And then, I thought we hit fine yesterday. But, just kind of the overall get after it just wasn't there to seal the deal. But it's baseball, and that's what I love about being in a tournament. Man, we're right back at it today with 2 games. So we got to move forward, move past that, and be ready to play today.
The message after the game, I talked with Jet Black there for a little bit afterwards, and he said, just trying to clean things up, how much you kind of continue to preach the fundamentals and getting into that portion of the game. I know, hey, it's a natural turf field. These guys haven't had a chance to be out on a field much, and when they've been out there, they've been at our great home facilities. So maybe a little bit different feel for you guys yesterday?
Well, I think so. I mean, obviously, we get a lot of reps on the turf at Legion, but still, the way we approached the game mentally yesterday is what we were really disappointed about. An opportunity to play, a very good team in Medford, and we just kind of went through the motions early in that game, and we just didn't have a lot of fight to us. And we showed some signs of fight. I tip my hat to them for that. But as we're looking at this thing, not only is the development physically, but that mental development too. And boy, we just didn't, complete a game yesterday mentally. And, we kicked some balls, and we had some other things that really don't show up in the box score that we could have changed the game with more heads up and kind of locked into the process and the game and the compete piece. But, that's part of why we're doing the schedule this year. It's no pressure on us, and we get to learn and grow. And that's why I put us in this tournament down here. You're playing quality teams. We got the Challengers and then the Timbers, which the Timbers is basically a college summer team. So we got to get back after it. Let's show some compete today and see what the scoreboard reads after.
You and I have talked about how, you want to start hanging banners. You want to get this program back to being the top of the state, and that's been Medford for so long. Was, the mental side of it, is that maybe a little bit, did you notice or did you feel like these guys looked at, they're playing Medford, and when you give up a 12-5 lead after 3 innings, that this is what Medford does? And, obviously they fought back. They didn't give in to them, but that mentality piece you're talking about, was it some of the fact that it's Medford on the other side?
I really couldn't tell you that, Joey. I really didn't think we were ready to play no matter who our opponent was. But, when you start, looking at opponents and playing trying to beat the opponent instead of just playing the game, well, you're going to come out on the bad end a lot of times. So we're trying to focus on creating a culture with our club that's resilient, and the scoreboard that doesn't dictate how much we want to win a baseball game or how much we want to be a great teammate. If we can figure that piece out, that scoreboard is going to be on the good side, a lot of times. So that's the one thing that we're focused on. We know Medford. They're no secret. They're a good club, and they got a little bit different this year. They got a bunch of college kids running around, which is fine. We don't care about that. We got to control our controllables, and that's who we are when we show up to the field. And, boy, yesterday, I don't know if the heat got to them or what, but they just didn't seem like they really wanted to play. So we got to regroup them today. It's going to be a long day, probably be out here for 6-7 hours. So some people would say that's crazy. I love it, and hopefully our guys buy into that, and we get to spend a day in the sun playing baseball with our best friends.
Well, you guys get ready to go here. You've got this Eugene team. I know we've seen them once already this season at the tournament last weekend. What do you think about them as you guys get ready to square off against Eugene first?
They're good. They're competitive. If you give them a free out, they're going to take advantage of it, and they swing the bat and they flat compete. So they're kind of a team like us. That's kind of learning their way through it. They're a young team. I think they may have 1 or 2 college kids at most, but they're a true Legion team, so are we, and they're going to come after us, and we're going to go after them, so it should be a good one.
All right, we look forward to it today. Coach Jeremiah Robbins with us here in the pregame show. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, Joey.
As we count down towards the first pitch of today's ball game, again, thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins for his time before today's first pitch. Well, as we continue on here in the Coach K Invitational, yesterday we got a chance quickly to talk with Jeremiah Robbins, and he brought up Coach K, a guy that Jeremiah had known through his times with Legion Baseball and coaching here in the Pacific Northwest. Sandy Kessinger, the namesake for this tournament, he retired as the head coach of the Medford Mustangs prior to the 2011 season. He was just shy of coaching 1,000 games for the Mustangs. Had an overall career of 758 wins, 239 losses, 760 winning percentage over 19 seasons. I think that is probably a good person to say that really put together the foundation for this Medford team that's just been good for so long. He stepped down for 2 seasons midway through, but was able to come back and continue coaching. But he did pass away suddenly at the age of 59 back in 2017. And this is the 3rd annual Coach K Memorial Tournament here in Medford, this year hosted by the Medford Rogues at Harry and David Field. But cool to at least recognize and honor the namesake for the tournament here that helped put Medford on the map with that Legion program. So wanted to take a moment there to give you some of the backstory about this tournament that the Docs are playing in, a tournament that features a lot of the great teams from the Southern Oregon region. In Area 4 play, we'll see teams like the Challengers, the Springfield Timbers, the Medford Mustangs, and Grants Pass Nuggets. Those are all the teams we're playing here this weekend, and Docs getting a chance to really put themselves to the test against these squads. Yesterday, taking a look back, the Docs losing 13-11 against the Medford Mustangs. The first loss of the season for the Docs. They fought their way back after trailing 12-5 after 3 innings in that contest. The Docs able to hold Medford to just one more run from the 4th inning on, after the 3rd inning in that contest, only one more run from Medford, while the Docs would put up 6 runs from the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. And they got back to within 2 runs twice in that game, but never could get over the hump. Yesterday after the contest, I did speak with Jet Black. He was our player of the game, had 3 hits in that game, including 2 doubles. He just felt like the team ran out of time, and the setup here in this tournament is either a 9-inning contest or a 2.5-hour time limit with no new innings starting after 2.5 hours. So that is something to keep in mind as we make our way through today's contests. And yesterday, Jet Black saying that he felt like the Docs just ran out of time. Their comeback effort, if they had been able to play the final 2 innings, he's hoping that, or he's thinking that maybe they would have had a chance to try and get back into that game, but they ended up falling in that contest 13-11 against Medford. Docs losing for the first time this year. Also for the Eugene Challengers yesterday, they were in action. Eugene defeating the Grants Pass Nuggets 6-4 in their game yesterday. That was the game prior to the Docs and the Mustangs. So Eugene has gotten a couple of wins in this tournament so far. They defeated Medford for Medford's first loss of the season, 11-10, back on Thursday when the tournament got underway. So some big wins for the Challengers so far here in this tournament. They'll look to try and revenge a loss against the Docs from the Father's Day tournament that Roseburg hosted last weekend. The Docs played Eugene to start out that tournament and won 5-0 behind a great pitching performance from Jay Stoffel and others. Today it'll be Drake Bourgeois on the mound to try and keep the Challengers in check here this afternoon. We're counting down towards first pitch of this ball game. It's supposed to be coming up here at 1 o'clock, so we'll probably get going here very soon as they get ready to exchange the starting lineups at home plate. It's the 4-1 Docs against the 7-3 Eugene Challengers. We'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups when we come back and get you ready to go for today's ball game. This has been the Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show. Centennial Medical Group includes a diverse group of highly skilled providers so that you can find the provider or specialist that you need right here in your own community. That is Mercy Centennial Medical Group. We'll come back with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups. Docs Baseball right around the corner here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Welcome you back here on a mostly sunny day down in Medford as we get ready to go for first pitch of today's ball game. The Docs have taken the field as the designated home team here after a coin flip. Eugene will get a chance to hit first. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the Eugene Challengers, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. For head coach Kenny Miles and the Eugene Challengers, Cal Morgan, the second baseman, leads things off, followed by left fielder Jackson Frazier. Dane Woodcook, the shortstop, will bat third, followed by the first baseman Carson Lyden. Hitting in the DH position, batting fifth in the lineup, is Peyton Bracey. He'll bat for the starting pitcher Jason Proudfit. Isaiah Lugo, the catcher, batting sixth, followed by center fielder Jonathan Prescott. Caden Sandow in right field will bat eighth, and rounding out the starting 9 for the Challengers is J.J. Anderson. And that is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. On the mound will be Drake Bourgeois for the Docs. He comes in with a 1-0 record after 2 innings worked earlier this year. He's only had the 1 appearance so far. He's got a .000 ERA. He's got 4 strikeouts and 2 walks in his time on the mound. Drake on the mound throwing into Spencer Six back behind the plate. Out at first base, Jay Stoffel. And at second base will be Cade Johnson. At third, Jacob Luther. At short, Dawson Gillespie. And the outfield from left to right is Logan Klopfenstein, Jet Black, and Doran Gillespie. That is your Look Around the Diamond, brought to you by Colorcraft. You don't need to look far to spruce up your house this summer. Head to Colorcraft in Roseburg. They're a paint store, not a paint department. All right, that is got you ready to go as the Docs in blue will take on the Challengers in white. And we are ready to go for this matchup. On the mound, Drake Bourgeois, first pitch, a breaking ball in for strike 1 against Cal Morgan. And we are underway here for this afternoon contest. Game 1 of 2 for the Docs today. Up next, they'll take on the Springfield Timbers. The 0-1 pitch outside for Cal Morgan. Here at first pitch from Medford. Looking at low 80s, expected to get to the mid 80s for our high temperature today. 81 right now with plenty of sunshine. The 1-1 off speed is high and inside for a 2-1 count. 81 right now, sunshine overhead with a few puffy clouds in the skyline. The wind blowing again. It was a breezy day yesterday, but the American flag is blowing in from left field towards the first base dugout occupied by the Eugene Challengers. 3-1 count now for Cal Morgan, the second baseman leading things off for the Challengers. Docs will be on the third base side here today. The 3-1 pitch is popped up in the air. Foul territory. Jay Stoffel thinks he's got a play on this. On the warning track, he will make the acrobatic catch in foul territory for the first out. Did not trace it exactly the way he had wanted to. That ball ended up just behind him, but he was able to with the long arms and the good hand-eye coordination. Track that one into the glove for the catch. One away as Cal Morgan fouls out. First pitch swinging now for Jackson Frazier. He gets a hold of one on the run. Doran Gillespie, it's over his head to the warning track. Extra bases for Frazier. He's into second. They're sending him to third. The relay throw is on time. The tag got him. Relay throw from Cade Johnson, the second baseman, was a little high, but Jacob Luther at third jumps up. The throw beat the runner by a mile and able to get the tag down in time. Jacob Luther with the play. A double for Jackson Frazier, but then cutting down, trying to stretch it into a triple. 2 down and nobody on base for Eugene. Dane Woodcook, the third hitter, will step in against Drake Bourgeois. Pitch outside for ball one to lead off the at-bat. Here, top of the first, scoreless ball game. That ball laced into left field over the top of Jacob Luther. It's going to go into the corner. Long run for Klopfenstein. Extra bases here for Woodcook, and he will put the brakes on at second. So back-to-back doubles. Base running error on the previous one. Saved the Docs a base runner and saved him a run, actually. That would have been an RBI double for Woodcook, but with nobody on base, it's a two-out double to left field into the corner. A runner at second base with two down now for the Challengers, and the cleanup hitter Carson Lydon will stand in. He swings and misses at strike one. Left-handed batter Carson Lydon from the first baseman. Out at second, Woodcook. The 0-1 from Bourgeois low. Drake pitched against North Medford in that Father's Day tournament. Wrapped things up with a 1-0 victory. Only pitched 2 innings, though. But that was one of 3 shutouts for the Docs during that Father's Day tourney. Ground ball, right side. At second base, picked up by Johnson. His throw to first. Right at the shoe tops for Jay Stoffel. He picks it up for the final out. Good defense there behind behind Drake. And that will finish out the first inning, leaving one man stranded on base for the Challengers. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The one man left on. We go to the bottom of the first, still scoreless. We'll have your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Docs when we return after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Go to the bottom of the first as the Docs will come up to bat in a scoreless ball game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for your Doc Stewarts. It's the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Leading things off will be Spencer Six, the catcher, followed by third baseman Jacob Luther. Doran Gillespie, the right fielder, batting third. In center field, batting cleanup today will be Jet Black. The DH is Ryan Knight, hitting for starting pitcher Drake Bourgeois. At first base, Jay Stoffel will bat sixth, batting seventh, and playing at shortstop is Dawson Gillespie. At second base, hitting eighth is Cade Johnson, and Logan Klopfenstein in left field will round out the starting nine for head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Docs. They will face off against Jason Proudfit, a class of 2021 North Eugene Highlander. Right-hander on the mound, works out of the windup. First pitch to the lefty, Spencer Six, is up for ball one as we are underway in the bottom of the first inning. Spencer leading things off as he has pretty much all season for the Docs. The lefty digs back in. He takes high for ball two. This season, Spencer Six batting .400 for the Docs, who hit .274 as a team. Out of the windup here for Proudfit. A 2-0. Spencer got jammed, rolls it over to second base where Cal Morgan will field cleanly and throws to the bag for the first out. One away for Jacob Luther, who will come up to hit. We gave you the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for Roseburg. Give Cooper's Pest Control a call at 673-0363. Take a look around the diamond here in a minute, get to the defensive alignment for this Challenger squad. And all of our looks around the diamond brought to you by Colorcraft. First pitch to Jacob Luther is high for ball one. Behind the plate today, Isaiah Lugo catching for the Challengers. Carson Leiden at first. Cal Morgan at second. J.J. Anderson at third. At short is Dane Woodcook. In the outfield from left to right, Jackson Frazier, Jonathan Prescott, and Caden Sandow. Your Colorcraft look around the diamond. They're a paint store, not a paint department. 2-0 count now for Jacob Luther. A couple of pitches have been up near the eyeballs inside on Luther. Jacob comes in batting 182, trying to get some momentum going. 2-0 delivery. Proud fit misses high and inside again for a 3-0 count. Luther struggling to get some hits to collect there, but he has not been striking out necessarily. Only one strikeout so far for him this season in 19 plate appearances. The 3-0 pitch, he takes high for ball four, and that'll be the first walk of the year for Jacob Luther. Second hitter on base for the Docs. Man on with one away. Doran Gillespie will bat. He is off to a nice start this summer for the Docs, batting .429. Highest, that's not true. I was going to say highest batting average for anybody on the team with at least double-digit plate appearances, but his younger brother Dawson is actually batting slightly higher as a strike taken by Gillespie after 4 straight balls thrown to Jacob Luther. I'm sure he was up there waiting to see a strike before he fully committed to trying to swing at a pitch. 0-1 count. Wind has died down here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless ball game. At first, Jacob Luther takes his lead. The pitch is low from Jason Proudfit. Proudfit listed at 6 feet, 210 pounds. He's got the long flowing hair out of the cap on a day like today. Going to be a little sweat-inducing there. Speak from experience from last weekend as the 1-1 for Gillespie takes for strike two. Throw goes back to the mound but goes over the pitcher, backing up the play, and that is exactly why they tell you to do it. Dane Woodcook was between second and the mound right there to field that throw back to the pitcher from Isaiah Lugo that sails over. A 1-2 pitch coming up here for Gillespie. In the dirt, underneath Lugo, he could not find it quick enough. Jacob Luther, a great read on that pitch in the dirt, takes off for second base, and he's into scoring position on the wild pitch. At the plate, a 2-2 count for Doran Gillespie. Gillespie 3 RBI this season for the Docs. Has a chance to make it 4 and tie his younger brother Dawson Gillespie. The 2-2 is high and inside for a full count. I was going to say last weekend at that Father's Day tournament, I had not had a haircut in about 6 months. Was waiting for things to open up. Finally got an appointment in with my usual guy. Finally got a cut. I got told by my co-host of the sports talk show, Josh Nelson, that I jinxed the Docs, and what do you know? They went and lost their first game after I cut my hair. Ball fouled back to the screen for Doran. Stays with a full count. So, yeah, I guess you could put that one yesterday on me. Docs go and win 4-0, and I had the longest hair of my life, and go and cut it, and wouldn't you know it. Superstitious, man. Love the sport of baseball for its superstitions. Full count pitch coming with one away and a man in scoring position. Another foul ball hit up over the netting behind home by Gillespie. But I sympathize with a guy like Jason Proudfit right now. He's got that hair flowing out. It may be on purpose. You never know with these kids these days. If I sound like the old man that says, "Get off my lawn." No, but it's hot on these days. That definitely will build up some sweat under there. Check swing, and he went around. Doran Gillespie will go down with the strikeout first of the game for Proudfit. A big strikeout there to get him to 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Up to bat next will be Jet Black, who has been coming on after a slow start at the plate. Jet yesterday with 3 hits in that game, gets his average up over 300, batting .308 on the year. Steps into the right-handed batter's box here with a man out at second base, Jacob Luther, who drew a 1-out walk. First pitch from Proudfit in the air, up and out of play. That one heading out of the stadium here at Harry and David Field. In great shape here as we make our way through later stages of the month of June into the month of July coming up next week. Diamond looking in real good shape. Seems to be playing pretty well. Docs took a 2-0 lead yesterday against Medford in the first inning. They're trying to see if they can get a lead against Eugene here in the first inning of today's contest. The 0-1, low and inside from Proudfit. A ball and a strike with 2 outs. Proudfit trying to get through this first inning, allowing just 1 walk so far. The 1-1, line drive, gets over the top of the shortstop. A base knock for Jet Black. That's going to send Luther around to the plate. The Docs will get a lead against the Challengers here in the first inning. A 1-0 lead as the Docs score on a 2-out single to left center by Jet Black. Coming in to score Jacob Luther, an RBI for Jet. And his bat continues to stay hot. Luther coming around to score from second with 2 outs. And that brings up Ryan Knight, who will DH today. That is the 3rd RBI of the season for Jet. First pitch, check swing, and that one might have hit off his hands, or at least the bottom nub of the bat there for Knight. Starts out with the 0-1 count. Yesterday it was Jonathan Stone batting in the DH position, and good to see Jonathan's bat start coming alive. Got his first 2 hits yesterday. For Ryan Knight, he is still looking for his first hit as he takes for strike 2. Knight is making his 6th plate appearance. He's got 2 walks and 1 strikeout, but has not collected a hit as of yet. He does have 2 RBI, though. Bats with Jet Black on at first. Not a big lead for Jet over there. A 0-2 pitch is swung on, foul tip just out of the glove for Lugo. That would have wrapped up the inning, but instead Ryan Knight stays alive by the skin of his teeth. 2 away with the man at first. Docs leading 1-0. Bottom of the first inning. The 0-2 again, swung on and miss. Another strikeout for Jason Proudfit. That gets him out of the first inning, but the Docs capitalize on a walk, and a single by Jet Black brings in a run. 1-0 your score after an inning of play in this contest between the Docs and the Challengers here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother, and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Come back here for the top of the second inning. Leading things off will be Peyton Bracey. He takes the first pitch for strike 1 as the Docs lead 1-0 here from Harry and David Field at the Coach K Memorial Tournament hosted by the Medford Rogues. Another strike across from Drake Bourgeois, who starts out with an 0-2 count here against Peyton Bracey. So far for the Docs, a 1-0 lead on 1 hit, no runs on 2 hits for the Challengers. Bracey takes 3 straight pitches for strike 3, and that is an MSK True Value and Building Supply strikeout there. Before we get to the next batter, Isaiah Lugo, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Docs Baseball on the Score. As we come back, Isaiah Lugo swings at the first pitch he sees. And he bounces one up the middle. A bounder up over the mound, trying to play that ball behind second base. Cade Johnson, it hit off his leather, but he would have had a tough play to get it back to first in time. It'll go down as another base hit for the Challengers. That'll be 3 in the ball game. Lugo on base. 1 on, 1 out here as we start the second inning for the Challengers. Jonathan Prescott will bat. Already with a strikeout in this inning. Strikeouts brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply. You won't strike out when looking for the tools and materials needed for your next project. MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. First pitch misses for Jonathan Prescott, the center fielder, batting for the first time, 7th hitter, as a throw over to first base. Jay Stoffel having to reach up to get to that one. Back in Lugo. Gets in without a tag. He's got a decent lead over there. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball finishes low and out of the zone for Prescott. Bourgeois looking for that double play opportunity here with a man at first and 1 away. The 2-0 delivery. Misses low again. Jonathan Prescott from Junction City High School, graduating in 2019. The outfielder went to Southwestern Oregon Community College over in Coos Bay for his freshman year of college. He's got a 3-0 count here against Bourgeois. He'll take for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike on a beautiful day in Medford. Wind picking back up again. The American flag is out in left field just to the right of the scoreboard. And it is blowing in from left field. It's a 3-1 pitch, runner going, and the ball fouled away for a full count. Yesterday we saw some hard hit balls out that left field side, and the game after ours yesterday, I was sitting here writing my game recap story for the News Review, and saw a ball hit out that way, and all speculations in the press box were that that ball would have gotten out if the wind hadn't been blowing in. So definitely can knock a ball down if you're hitting it out towards left field. Throw over to first base. That one close. Got him! That throw in a perfect spot. It took Jay Stoffel back over the top of the runner. And Jace, all he had to do was catch the ball, and his glove was already on top of the helmet of Isaiah Lugo, who gets picked off at first. And that'll clear the bases. Another defensive play on the base pass for the Docs. There's another foul ball for Prescott. Keeps him at a 3-2 count. 2 down now with the bases empty. The full count pitch is high. Breaking ball that Drake just did not handle. Lost his grip on that one. It sailed to the plate. And he will walk his first batter of the day. The 2-out walk issued to Jonathan Prescott. 1 on, 2 away. Bringing up the 8-hitter, a lefty, Caden Sandow. Starting in right field today for the Challengers. First pitch swinging. He pops that one up. Spencer 6 tracking back behind home onto the warning track. He's able to make the catch. Plenty of space for Spencer for the final out. Again, a runner stranded on base for the Challengers. They get no runs on 1 hit, no Docs errors. After an inning and a half, it's still a 1-0 lead for the Docs coming up to bat when we return in the bottom of the second here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Docs Baseball today on The Score is brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. Leading things off for the Docs in the second inning will be Jay Stoffel, the starting first baseman. Jay's batting .556 this year. He's only got 9 plate appearances, though, as he takes inside for ball 1. So limited at-bats for him. He's played in 3 games defensively. He's got actually 9 at-bats, so he's got 5 hits, which is second high on the team. Behind Spencer Six and Doran Gillespie. Jace will foul off the 1-0 delivery. To give him a 1-1 count as we start things here in the second. I want to say welcome to everybody that is following today's game, streaming on our YouTube channel and on 541radio.com. Today's video stream broadcast is presented by Denny's Satellite Shop. The 1-1, low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Jace this season, 5 hits. Does have a double. His 2-1 delivery from Jason Proudfit is at the top end of the strike zone, a 2-2 count. If you have missed any previous games or you were at a game, watched it, whatever it is, and you'd like to go back and watch it again, find some of the highlights, whatever it may be, you can go to our YouTube channel and find Doc's past broadcasts there. As a ball will hit Jace in the back. That one got away from Proudfit. Just lost the handle on it, and Jace had nothing to do but turn and wear that one right between the shoulder blades. Stretching out a little bit over at first there. Gets a pat on the back from first base coach Jake Whistler out there. Over at third base is Coach Tim Sester for the Docs here this afternoon. 1 on to lead things off for the Docs. And for Roseburg, Dawson Gillespie will bat. The youngster is having a great start to the year. .444 his batting average as he comes into this one, and he takes ball 1. Leads the team with 1 home run. He's got 4 RBI this season. And he has done a decent job. He's been disciplined at the plate. 1 walk. No strikeouts so far. The 1-0 pitch. He squares the bunt, takes high. Goes to a 2-0 count. Defense was charging in to cover the bunt. Behind the plate, Isaiah Lugo looking for the opportunity to throw down to first base, see if he could catch Jay Stoffel off the bank, but there was nobody covering as Carson Leiden had been charging in for the bunt defense. 2-0 pitch here for Proudfit. Squaring to bunt again. Gillespie takes high and inside, and he's got himself a 3-0 count. Dawson Gillespie, part of the class of 2022, excuse me. So just going to be a junior next year at Roseburg High School. His 3-0 pitch, it's in for a strike. As to be expected. Stoffel out at first after leading off the inning with a hit by pitch. Now at the plate, Dawson Gillespie trying to put together a base knock here. See if we can get some movement out on the bases there in the bottom of the second. He does lay down a bunt. It goes back to the mound, fielded by Proudfit. Bobbled it a moment, but does make an accurate throw to first. A sac bunt from Dawson Gillespie. First out of the inning. Up to second base goes Stoffel. So with a 3-1 count, looking for a pitch to hit. The Docs stuck with the small ball, manufacturing a runner out at second base, and now look to Cade Johnson to try and bring him around. Cade Johnson, 6 at-bats this season, hitting .167. A breaking ball across on the first pitch for strike 1. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. Pop-up tents, umbrellas out. Everybody looking for a little slice of shade here on a warm, breezy afternoon in Medford. The 0-1 pitch to Johnson is outside. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about the weather yesterday with Coach Robbins before the game. I asked Jed about it yesterday. He said it was warm, but the breeze was nice, and he said The heat yesterday was probably equivalent to about an 80-degree day on the turf back at home at Champion Car Wash Field. Check swing called for a strike. Johnson finds himself down 1-2. That artificial turf with all the black rubber pellets really radiates a lot of heat there at home. So an 80-degree day back at home. Jet was comparing it to possibly what was 97 degrees yesterday during our game against Medford. As a ball fouled off for Johnson, he'll stay alive with the 1-2 count. This is day 3 here in Medford. They've gotten great weather every day so far. Only second day of games for the Docs, though. There was a possibility of maybe some precipitation tomorrow. It looks like that may not happen, but still temperatures in the mid-60s as we drop a lot. A swing and a miss out of Cade Johnson. He goes down. Third strikeout of the game. If there's one thing going well for Jason Proudfit, it is the strikeout. He had 2 in the first inning, 1 so far here in the second. He gets a visit to the mound from the shortstop, Dane Woodcook, as they plot and scheme some sort of plan to try and hold on Jay Stoffel out at second. Coming up to bat will be the 9-hitter Logan Klopfenstein, hitting .222 this year. Swings, ground ball left side, picked up by the third baseman, a throw across the diamond, and it's a nice play for J.J. Anderson. Gets it there just in time to beat out Klopfenstein for the final out. He had to range a long way to get there, meaning he needed a quick and accurate throw to first to get the final out, and he does exactly that for the Docs. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. One man left on base. Through 2 innings of play, it is 1-0. Docs in front. To the third we go here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Starting out the top of the third inning, leading things off for Eugene is J.J. Anderson. After the great defensive play to finish things off in the bottom of the second, he comes up, swings at the first pitch, and he grounds out to shortstop Dawson Gillespie on a hopper up the middle. One away as the 9-hitter is retired. We go back to the top of the lineup. Another bounder up the middle. It is picked up by Johnson. His throw to first will not be in time. Diving play up the middle by Johnson. He gets it, but couldn't get it out of the glove quick enough to make the throw to first. A base knock for Cal Morgan. He gets on base for the first time today. But a flash of the leather up the middle for Cade Johnson. Looked good, just couldn't finish it off. Couldn't get the ball out of the glove there. A man on with 1 out. Jackson Frazier will bat. And he takes outside for ball 1. Frazier hit a double out to the right field fence, but then got caught trying to stretch it into a triple. 9-4-5 on the putout. That was a big one there in the first inning. 1-0 pitch, and it hit him. Got him on the elbow pad on that left elbow, so a hit by pitch for Jackson Frazier. Runners at first and second. One away. And it'll be the 3-hitter Dane Woodcook. An opportunity here for the Challengers, trailing 1-0 against the Docs. First pitch swinging, Woodcook will foul it off for strike 1. Docs Baseball today brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And by Abby's Legendary Pizza, another proud sponsor of Docs Baseball here in the summer of 2020. The 0-1 to Woodcook. Swing and a miss out of the 3-hitter. Woodcook had a double down the left field line into the corner, making a long run for Logan Klopfenstein out there. He stands back in, though, with an 0-2 count, 1 away. Runners at first and second, top of the 3rd. Strike 3 called on a breaking ball that drops in to just graze the top end of that strike zone. It's another MSK True Value and Building Supplies strikeout for Drake Bourgeois. He's got 2 in the ball game now, and he's got 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. With 2 down, it'll be Carson Lydon, the left-handed hitting cleanup hitter. Takes a breaking ball coming in at him right around the belt buckle for strike 1, and he looks to the umpire for a quick explanation on where that pitch hit. The 0-1 from Bourgeois. Same spot this time, though, with the fastball, and it's called for strike 2. Attacking in on the hands of Carson Lydon. Do they mix it up and go outside, or do they come back to that inside corner again? The lefty versus righty matchup. The righty on the mound, Drake Bourgeois, trying to get out of the top of the 3rd. Right now hanging on to a 1-0 lead for the Docs against the Challengers. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Drake Bourgeois as he rears back and fires to get through the 3rd inning. And word in the booth might be that Carson Lydon might have just gotten thrown out of this game for some extra words. He's still looking for an explanation. And the umpire letting him know what happened. So that might be it at first base for Carson Lydon. We will get the explanation. Well, we'll at least get the result of what happened there when we come back for the bottom of the 3rd. Docs leading 1-0 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Starting out at the bottom of the 3rd inning, it'll be the top of the lineup for the Docs, leading 1-0 against the Challengers out of Eugene. Spencer Six will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game. First pitch he takes for strike 1. So, indeed, Carson Lydon is done at first. He got tossed in this game. Eventually, Kenny Niles, coach for the Challengers, came out to find out exactly what went down between the umpire and the batter. And, obviously no way that they're going to overturn that as of that point in time. So the day done for Carson Lydon, and taking over at first base is Corey Apker. Still on the mound throwing is Jason Proudfit for Eugene. He's got a 1-1 count here against Spencer Six, who steps out of the box. The 1-1 delivery coming from Proudfit out of the windup, the righty. Ground ball back up the middle, snagged by Proudfit. He'll jog over to first and tosses it to the new first baseman, Corey Apker, for the out. Defending his position well on the mound, Proudfit snagging that one. I thought that was going to be a little bit faster on the comebacker there. But good quick reflexes out of the pitcher, 1 away. And Jacob Luther will bat next. And now one of the coaches, I believe that is Coach Niles again, that has gone out to talk to the first base umpire, or the infield umpire. And I think they may be asking whether or not the player that has been ejected can sit in the dugout still. Now there's 3 umpires for this game today. And now we're going to have a lengthy conversation here between everybody involved. The Coach Niles, all three umpires are huddled around, although he's talking to the home plate umpire. John Goldagger, one of the assistant coaches out there, but he's hanging back a little bit. And I think it's Dave. Is it Dave May, BG? Yeah, Dave May. He's the manager for the Medford Rogues, manages the facility. He's out there to help make sure. He's the tournament organizer here, so he's out there making sure that everything gets put together here the way it's supposed to. But we've got a bit of a delay in the game. While we have that, we'll let you know today's game brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. And by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. So they get it settled. The Eugene fans are all clapping, but it looks like, well, the player that got ejected, Leiden, he wears number 20. He's still down in the dugout. He's on the steps, so they must have allowed him to stay in the dugout for the game. As we get back to play, it's a 1-1 count for Jacob Luther with nobody on base, and he'll take strike 2. Luther, a ball and 2 strikes. Working against Jason Proudfit. He winds and fires, and Jacob will foul off the 1-2 pitch to stay alive. So already a few. We're not into July yet, but the fireworks are already hitting here at Harry and David Field. Speaking of that, Docs will be back home next weekend for the 4th of July tournament. And there's going to be a fireworks show in town, so come out for the game on the 4th of July. Stick around for the fireworks afterwards. Ground ball to short for Jacob Luther. Throw to first. Apker picks it up off the dirt on a low throw from Woodcook. And that'll retire Jacob Luther for the second out. Base is still empty in this 1-0 ball game in favor of the Docs. Doran Gillespie struck out in the first. He digs in with 2 down and nobody on. The fireworks show on the 4th of July is going to be one put on by a different organization. It won't be put on by the Docs during their tournament, but I would imagine you'll be able to see it from the baseball stadium. Docs will play the final game of that day on the 4th of July, and so you can come out for the game, stick around, stay in the stands, and I would imagine you'll have a decent view of the fireworks that evening. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Doran Gillespie. His 0-1 pitch swung on and missed again for strike 2, chasing a breaking ball there. That 4th of July tournament starting next Wednesday? No, Thursday, I believe it is. Yeah, Thursday is when that tournament will get started. The 0-2 here for Gillespie. Proudfit trying to get a 1-2-3 inning, and he throws it to the backstop as he misses his catcher, Isaiah Lugo. That one goes bouncing by Lugo. No action in either bullpen so far. We're nearing 45 minutes through this contest as we're almost through 3 innings of play. Going along at a decent clip. The 1-2 here for Doran. Strike 3 called. Got him looking on the inside corner. Second strikeout of the game for Doran Gillespie. And it is the 4th for Jason Proudfit. A 1-2-3 frame for the Challengers defensively. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Docs lead 1-0 here on The Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back for the top of the fourth inning, Drake Bourgeois still throwing for the Docs as he will face Peyton Bracey to lead things off. Peyton fouling off the first pitch of the at-bat. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? A one delivery inside, back in Bracey off the plate for a 1-1 count. Bourgeois into his longest outing of the season so far, only his second start of the year. First one, they were working him his way back. I believe it was a rolled ankle that had kept him out of some action. He gets an off-speed pitch fouled away. Bracey out in front of that one for a 1-2 count. As long as Peyton Bracey returns to Umpqua Community College next year. Actually, that's not true. I was going to say him and Drake Bourgeois would be teammates. Drake's actually headed to Chemeketa as a pitch bounces in for a 2-2 count. Drake headed to go play in the NWAC. They'll probably possibly face each other again next year if the situation occurs. Bourgeois going to Chemeketa in the NWAC, and Peyton Bracey, a member of the Umpqua Community College baseball team under Coach Robbins from Willamette High School. He's got a full count now as Drake misses outside on the 2-2 pitch. Now a full count delivery. Challenged him with a fastball, lifted into left field. Goes over the head of Kloppenstein. He came in at first, then had to try and adjust to go back. That one rolls all the way to the wall, and Bracey will get in standing up at second base. That is the third double of the game for the Challengers, yet they have not been able to capitalize. So Peyton Bracey out at second base. That ball misplayed by Klopfenstein out there. One of those balls, it's a low, just straight line drive shot that just keeps carrying and just keeps rising. Klopfenstein thought he had to come in on it, and then it goes right over the top of his head. Swing and a miss out of Isaiah Lugo to start out his at-bat. Isaiah started off the second inning with a base knock, but was picked off at first. He hits here with nobody out and one on in scoring position. Bourgeois missing outside, a 1-1 count. The wind blowing in from left field. Clouds have started to dissipate a bit. There's another pitch low and outside for Bourgeois, a 2-1 count. Isaiah Lugo went to St. Martin's University last year, graduated in 2019 from Sheldon. He got jammed on that pitch, fouls it back for strike two. Finds himself in a 2-2 count with Peyton Bracey out at second base. Bourgeois looking for another strikeout. He had two in the last inning. He misses high, though, and will go once again to a full count pitch. Have four guys on this team for Eugene that are coming back from their freshman year. Full count pitch from Bourgeois. Pops him straight up, back up overhead and behind home plate. And that gets out of play back behind us. We'll go to a full count again. Four guys that were freshmen last year in the college ranks, and all of them playing in this game here today. Isaiah Lugo, one of them. He's at the plate from St. Martin's University. Then you had Swak for center fielder Jonathan Prescott. Peyton Bracey at UCC. He's out at second. It's a ground ball sharply hit to third. Luther picks it up. Will throw across with plenty of time. Now throw to second to get him. Double play. Oh, almost got him at second base. Bracey just back in ahead of the throw. That one tight. Nearly got him. Nice defense there from the Docs. Jay Stoffel heads up play to go to second to try and get that double play. One away on the ground out by Lugo. Jonathan Prescott, who bats next, again mentioned from SWAC last year. And then Bracey at UCC last year out at second base. And the other one is Cal Morgan. He's the leadoff guy. He went to George Fox University this last school year. Four guys from the college ranks on this team. And a balk call against Drake Bourgeois before his 1-0 delivery to Prescott. That moves Peyton Bracey to third with one out. That is the third balk called against a Docs pitcher in this tournament. I have to ask Coach about that coming up in our next pregame interview. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 delivery to Prescott. A ball and a strike for the center fielder. Prescott walked in the second inning. Takes low. That ball bouncing away for a moment from Spencer Six. Just trickled down the first base side. I don't think Bracey has a ton of speed out there, so they're not looking to try and risk it on a ball that just gets away barely. Bourgeois will deliver a 2-1. Ground ball, third base side. It's picked up by Luther. A throw from his knees, and it gets away at first. A run's going to score. We're tied at 1-1. Trying to stab that one on the short hop. Jace at first unable to pick it up. At first with the defensive glove there at third by Jacob Luther. Looked like he would hold the runner at third, but instead a run comes in. And put down as a base knock for Jonathan Prescott. Now a ball hit right side, goes between first and second. And we've got a new right fielder, by the way. We'll get you that here in a minute. So back-to-back singles, runners at first and second in the Challengers. In a tie ball game, 1-1. Threatening to try and add to it. One away against the Docs. Drake Bourgeois will face the 9-hitter J.J. Anderson, who swings and misses at the first pitch. So Caden Sandow swinging at that first pitch. Hit that grounder to right field, where we now have Peyton Hope playing for Doran Gillespie. Ground ball is a foul ball down the first base side. Jay Stoffel fielding that one as it just trickled right down the first base line. So Peyton Hope has taken over in right field for Doran Gillespie. I believe everybody else is the same out there. J.J. Anderson at the plate, the 0-2 count. Runners at first and second, one away. Swing and a miss for strike three. And that'll be your second out. Fourth strikeout of the game for Drake Bourgeois. And back to the top of the lineup for Cal Morgan. Docs Baseball today brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Breaking ball outside and low for a 1-0 count here against Morgan, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Singled up the middle back in the third. Bourgeois' 1-0 pitch. Again, low and outside with the breaking ball. Trying to get through this fourth inning. It's a 1-1 ball game now after a run coming in. And it's a 3-0 count for Morgan. That run coming in on the infield single by Caden Sandow. Three ball, let's make it 2-1 actually. Strike. Morgan. It is 3-1 is our count. With 2 down. Bourgeois' pitch. Ground ball left side. Picked up by Luther. He'll go to first base. Get it there in time? No! Great play by Luther just behind the speedy Cal Morgan. Diving to get to that ball to his left, glove side, laying out to get there. Luther's made some great plays with the leather. The throws just have not been able to get there in time to get the runner. And the bases are loaded with 2 away, and it's the 2-hitter Jackson Frazier that'll bat and takes the first pitch for strike 1. Just tough results on some great defensive play with the glove by Jacob Luther. A foul ball back to the net for Frazier, gives him an 0-2 count. Big spot here for the Challengers with 2 down and 2 strikes against their 2-hitter. They could extend the lead or take a lead if they can get a runner across. A pitch high and inside, a 1-2 count for Bourgeois. Big moment for in this game here, it feels like. Doc's trying to get through it. Eugene trying to capitalize. A pitch just up. The breaking ball didn't drop enough to hit the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Jackson Frazier, who is 1 for 1 in this game with a double. No, they're going to leave him at the plate. They say he stuck his arm out there, and it's going to be strike 3. And that will finish off the inning. This game's had a little bit of everything. Make it 7 hitters to the plate in this ball game. Jackson Frazier called out for strike 3 as he leans into the strike zone for a pitch. And that'll finish things off. Bases left loaded for Eugene, but they get 1 run across, 1 run on 3 hits. There were no Doc's errors and 3 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, a 1-1 contest here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Starting the bottom of the 4th inning, Docs in a tie ball game 1-1 with the Challengers. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supplies scoreboard update in today's ball game. 1 run on 8 hits for Eugene, no errors. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors for Roseburg. So we come back for the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Jet Black to lead things off for the Docs. Jet 1 for 1 with an RBI in the game. He takes inside for ball 1. On the mound, it's Jason Proudfit that is still dealing. He's got 4 strikeouts in the ball game. He's only allowed the 1 hit so far. His 1-0 pitch hits the inside corner for a called strike. The 1 hit going to Jet Black. Driving in Jacob Luther, who reached on the only walk of the game issued by Proudfit. The 1-1 swung on and fouled away. Proudfit has also hit 1 batter as well. A ball and 2 strikes now for Jet. Leading the 4th inning off for the Docs. Strike 3 called, breaking ball, and watched it go by. And Jason Proudfit's been getting stronger as this game goes on. Another backwards K. That is his 2nd. In the contest, back-to-back with Doran Gillespie and Jet Black, both watching strike 3 go by. Ryan Knight will bat. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging back in the 1st, and he swings through strike 1. So far, I've seen from Ryan Knight that he's a guy that gets every bit of ounce out of his swing. His 0-1 pitch outside, and he takes it for a 1-1 count. Yesterday, Ryan Knight did a nice job in relief out of the bullpen for the Docs. Really shut down Medford. He allowed just 2 hits and 1 run over 3 2/3 innings worked yesterday. Struck out 3. I was impressed with what I saw out of him on the mound in relief as he takes outside for a 2-1 count. Two balls and 1 strike here for Proudfit. The Eugene pitcher will work out of the windup, delivers a swing and a miss for strike 2. No action in the bullpen for the Challengers. Same can be said for the Docs. Roseburg wearing the blue tops, gray trousers, blue socks, white numbers on the back outlined in orange. Docks across the chest in white on the front. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled away by Knight. He stays alive. Today's baseball game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years. With the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area, that is Fisher's Hearth and Home. 2-2 pitch from Proudfit to Ryan Knight. Strike 3 again on that breaking ball in the inside corner. The Docs just keep watching it go by. That is 6 in the contest now for Proudfit. Coach Robbins was complimenting the offense from yesterday's game against Medford, saying that the offense was coming around. Docs finished in that game with 13 hits to only 11 for Medford. Today, they've only managed 1 against Jason Proudfit. The righty will deliver the first pitch of the at-bat to Jace Stoffel, high for ball 1. Dawson Gillespie scheduled to hit next if Jace can find a way on base. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 4th inning for Proudfit. He has struck out 3 straight. A 1-0 taken for a strike by Stoffel. Jason Proudfit has retired 8 straight batters, dating back to the 2nd inning. Here in the bottom of the 4th, Docs in a 1-1 tie with Eugene. Strike on the inside corner right at the top, called against Stoffel, and he's got himself a 1-2 count. Jace hit by a pitch to start out the 2nd inning. Looking to get on base here. He's got a 1-2 pitch coming. Takes low for ball 2. If not for that hit by pitch to Jace Stoffel, Jason Proudfit might have an even longer streak of batters retired. The 2-2 from Proudfit. Swung on and miss. Strikes out the side. He's got 7 Ks in the ball game. And the Docs have not had a runner on base since the 2nd. We will head to the top of the 5th inning. Docs in a tie ball game, 1-1 against the Challengers here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Heading to the top of the 5th of today's ball game. This contest brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibe. Got a pitcher's duel going here. Drake Bourgeois still out there throwing into the 5th. Ground ball left side on the first pitch from Dane Woodcook. That one in foul territory for strike 1. Woodcook for the Challengers, 1 for 2 in the contest. Defensive change for Coach Jeremiah Robbins in center field. Taking over will be Brett Narkowitz from Glide High School. The 0-1 pitch from Bourgeois is taken low and outside. I think you might be starting to see the trend, and I think we saw it a little bit yesterday. Coach Robbins wants to see specific things out of his guys, and if he's not seeing it, he'll make a change. Ball up in the air, foul territory. That one carries out of play. Jace Stoffel had lost sight of it, and that one carries into the grandstands, though. He couldn't find it as he was trying to track it down. That'll be strike 2. So far today, strikeouts looking have not been good for guys. They have come out defensively, if that is the case. As Jet Black struck out looking in the last half inning, then got a new center fielder this inning. Ball popped up on the infield. Goes to Jay Stoffel for the first out as Dane Woodcook is retired. Straight up in the air, Jay still battling against that sun. Much like he was on the foul ball the previous pitch, and he finally was able to track it down. Corey Apker will bat here. The new man at first base. He took over for Carson Lydon, who got tossed after a strikeout in the third inning. So Apker will get his first at-bat. He got jammed on the 0-1 pitch from Bourgeois, and he fouls it down the first base side for strike two. 1-1 ball game here in the top of the fifth. Been a good one. Tight contest here. Some good defense on both sides and great pitching. The 0-2 is high, a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Right-handed hitting Corey Apker from Sheldon High School, graduating in the class of 2020. Swings at a pitch down low and inside, rolls to Gillespie at short with time. He fires over to Stoffel for out number 2. Peyton Bracey, 1 for 2 in this ballgame, digs in. He had a double and scored a run in the 4th inning. He'll hit with nobody on and 2 away. Today's contest for Docs Baseball here on The Score, brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. First pitch misses inside to Bracey, right up underneath the elbows, just a bit too far inside. Swing and a miss out of Bracey for strike 1. A 1-1 pitch high from Bourgeois. Check swing called for a strike. Make it the 2-1 pitch called for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away with nobody on base. Here in the top of the 5th inning, 1-1 ball game. Bourgeois trying to get out of things. Step off the mound for the next pitch. Bourgeois trying to wrap it up here. The 2-2 in the air, right side, drifting foul and out of the stadium. Bourgeois will have another go-round with Peyton Bracey. Wind keeps picking up, blowing my papers everywhere. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and down goes Bracey. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Drake Bourgeois. It's another MSK and True Value Building Supply strikeout. You won't strike out when you're looking for the tools and materials needed for your next project. Visit MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 1-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Possible 9-inning contest for us here from Medford on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Going to the bottom of the 5th inning here from Medford and Harry and David Field. Joey Kieran here with you. Game 1 of our day in the Coach K Memorial Tournament. Docs taking on the Challengers. And leading things off will be Dawson Gillespie to start the 5th inning as he takes inside for ball 1. On the mound, still throwing, is Jason Proudfit for Eugene. Docs led 1-0 after the first inning. Eugene tied it up in the top of the fourth, and that's where we stand as we begin the bottom of the fifth. A strike taken by Gillespie. A 1-1 pitch from Proudfit. Ground ball towards short. Picked up there by Woodcook. His throw off the mark to first, but the long arms of Corey Apgert grabs it and applies the tag for the putout. One away, Gillespie grounding out there. That snaps a streak of 4 straight strikeouts for Jason Proudfit, but he is still retired now 10 straight batters for the Docs. He has been pitching very well. One down, and up to bat next is going to be Cade Johnson. First pitch in for a called strike against Johnson. So the first professional team sports league to return back to action after the COVID-19 pandemic shut everything down is a swing and a miss for strike 2 here to Cade Johnson, is the National Women's Soccer League, and their end-of-the-year tournament got started today with the Portland Thorns in action, but they fall 2-1 against the 2-time defending North Carolina Courage. So that happened in stoppage time to break that 1-1 game. The Portland Thorns falling against the North Carolina Courage today, 2-1, as they played the first game of the knockout stage in that tournament. Got the whole thing started earlier today. Tough draw there for the Thorns. The Portland Thorns taking on the 2-time defending champions in the NWSL. We got one out here in the bottom of the fifth with nobody on. At the plate, Cade Johnson. An 0-2 pitch, softly lifted to right field, but coming in, and Jackson Frazier will make the play. Docs finally getting the bat on the ball once again, but they've not been able to find some green grass to drop it into as of yet. 2 away, and it'll be the 9-hitter Logan Klopfenstein to bat with nobody on. 11 straight batters now retired by Jason Proudfit. First pitch to Klopfenstein. He swings at a pitch, tailing away from him. He was in the bucket on that one, but makes some contact and fouls it away. The 0-1 from Proudfit in the dirt. So the Docs got their 1 run and 1 hit against Jason Proudfit back in the first inning. Spencer Six grounded out, but then Jacob Luther drew a walk. Strikeout to Doran Gillespie with 2 outs. Jet Black hit an RBI single to left field. That was the only hit. A wild pitch had put Luther in scoring position, and he was able to come in to score on with 2 outs. So pitch high, goes to a 2-1 count here for Klopfenstein. That is how the Docs manufactured their only run of the game so far. The 2-1, Klopfenstein pops it foul back behind home. Wind continues to blow in from left field at Harry and David here. Back behind us, U.S. Cellular Field, where other games in this tournament are taking place. The 2-2, Klopfenstein watches one in the dirt that bounces away from Lugo, goes all the way to the backstop. Kind of got a top tier and a bottom tier in this tournament. The top tier, single A type American Legion teams, some with more college players than others. That is where the Docs are. And then you've got the lower tier 1 that are kind of on par with your single A Legion teams normally during the summer. Klopfenstein staying alive as he battles his way to a full count pitch coming up here again. Getting just a piece of a high fastball. Does Proudfit go back to that high pitch again, knowing that he just got Klopfenstein to chase after one? 3-2 pitch. Hard hit towards short. Bounces over the glove for Woodcook into left field, and the Docs will get their second hit of the game. It comes out of the youngster, Logan Klopfenstein. Gets on with 2 outs, and we go back to the top of the lineup. Took one hop on the infield dirt, trying to sideswipe it. Woodcook just couldn't get the glove in the right spot. Good bounces right over the leather into left field. A 2-out single for Logan Klopfenstein, and back to the top. Spencer 6 is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Last time up, he hit one right up the middle. Fielded nicely by Proudfit and made the play. Third time through the lineup for the Docs here. Will Spencer have a good look at it? Runner going, Klopfenstein down to second. The throw beats him there easily. And a great scoop by Woodcook to apply the tag, and that will finish things off. So the Docs try to be aggressive. They send Klopfenstein, but he cannot get in to second base. So the Docs unable to do anything here in the fifth. We're still tied at 1. No runs on one hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Go to the top of the sixth inning. This is Docs Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Returning here to Harry and David Field, where the Docs are in a 1-1 ball game against the Eugene Challengers, and we've had our first call to the pen. Brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. Over 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. 5 innings worked for Drake Bourgeois. He will exit with a no decision here today. He gave up 8 hits, 1 run. It was an earned run. He walked 1 and struck out 5. Taking over will be Ever Lamb for the Docs. .1-0 pitch for Lamb as he faces Isaiah Lugo to start things off here in the top of the 6th inning. A 1-1 ball game. Ever Lamb from South Umpqua High School. He's made 1 appearance so far. I thought he looked really good in that 1 appearance. So he gets a strike across on a 2-0 delivery to Lugo. This season, Ever Lamb, 6 innings worked. He's made, 2 appearances. So he will bean Isaiah Lugo. Tried to come inside a little bit too far against the 6-hitter. And Isaiah Lugo will get on base for a second time. He had a single back in the second. And I believe they'll get a courtesy runner for the catcher. Taking over at first is going to be Kevin Pearson. So Pearson will take over at first with 1 on and nobody out. Ever Lamb will face Jonathan Prescott. So again, the final line for Bourgeois, 5 innings, 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. He hit 1 batter. He will not factor into the decision here today as he leaves with the game tied at 1. We start the 6th inning with a hit by pitch by Ever Lamb. First batter he has hit this season. He fires in a little high. Did he go around? No, holding back Prescott. Able to lay off that pitch. Lamb has pitched 6 innings in 2 games. He has not made a start. He's got a .000 ERA. His 1-0 pitch is low for a 2-0 count. Lamb has given up 3 hits in his 6 innings. He does not have a win or a loss. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks so far this season for Ever Lamb. Jonathan Prescott digs back in, a 2-0 count, and he'll take inside. Runner going to go. That ball got away from 6 for a moment, and the ball gets into center field. Throw was low, and neither Dawson Gillespie or Cade Johnson was able to get it into the glove. If Gillespie maybe gets a handle on that one, he might have had a chance of applying a tag and getting the runner. But instead, in safely goes Pearson, who's running for Isaiah Lugo. Wild pitch. Puts a runner in scoring position. A strike called on the 3-0 delivery from Ever Lamb. Don't see any action in the Challengers bullpen as of yet. They may have had somebody throwing earlier. We'll see if Jason Proudfit continues throwing. As a swing and a miss out of Prescott gives him a full count now. Proudfit has looked really strong on the mound. Haven't really seen a whole lot to really indicate to pull him out right now. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away to stay alive. Prescott will have another look. Ever Lamb, he's class of 2022 out of South Umpqua High School, but he has come up big in some games so far. The full count pitch, ground ball, third base side. Running was the runner at second. The only play to be made for Luther is over to first. He'll get the runner there. Prescott will not get credit for a sacrifice, but works as if it was one, moving the runner, Kevin Pearson, to third base. That is the go-ahead run now 90 feet from home with one out. Caden Sandow will bat. He hits. As a ball got away from, I think, the batting cages over there onto the field. Sandow will hit with one out and one on. He's 1 for 2 in the game. The lefty swings and misses at the breaking ball for strike one. I'm surprised to see Kevin Pearson. He took off running with no hesitation from second to third on a ground ball in front of him. I was a little surprised to see that as the pitch just misses for a 1-1 count to Sandow. Now Jacob Luther was playing in a little bit, cut that one off in on the grass, and so he would have had a long run to go to try and get the runner advancing, but was surprised. Infield's playing in. That ball scoots away all the way to the backstop, and Lamb's wild pitch will score a run, and Eugene takes a lead here in the sixth. 2-1. Challengers have their first lead against the Docks. Breaking ball in the dirt. Couldn't control it behind the plate. Six had to go chasing, and he had no chance. Base is empty now. A 2-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle past a diving Cade Johnson into center field, where Brett Narkowitz will send it back in. A one-out single for Sandow. That would have scored a run. He got robbed of an RBI in that situation. J.J. Anderson will hit with one on and one away. Challengers leading 1-0. Or make it 2-1, I should say. Today's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. And by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. Squaring to bunt. And they'll say that Anderson offered at that breaking ball that ended up well outside the zone. Tried to pull it back in time. He did not. He'll have a strike one against him. The 0-1 pitch from Lamb. Thought about going after the high pitch, but Anderson holding off. So a hit by pitch to Isaiah Lugo. Courtesy runner Kevin Pearson came on. Wild pitch got him to second. A ground out got him to the third, and then a wild pitch brought in the go-ahead run for the Challengers. The 1-1 fouled off for strike two. The runner was going on the pitch, but back to first will go Sandow. So Bourgeois was not going to factor into the decision right now. If the score were to stay the same, it would be Ever Lamb on the hook for a loss. Doc's out to get the offense going here. Pickoff throw to first. Not in time. A ball and two strikes. Ball low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So professional sports, I guess, officially have returned here in the state of Oregon with the Portland Thorns playing earlier today. Another pitch low for a 3-2 count. The Portland Timbers, the other soccer team in the metropolitan area there, I believe they'll begin towards the end of next month, and that'll be the same for the Portland Trailblazers, who had their schedule released for the NBA bubble return to play. Full count pitch here for Ever Lamb. Runner going, swing and a miss. Strike him out, throw him out. The throw high. Did he get the tag down in time? No. Dawson Gillespie jumping up to get to that one. The throw a bit high. Couldn't get the tag down in time. A stolen base for Caden Sandow. At the plate, J.J. Anderson down with the strikeout for Ever Lamb. His first strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down. A man in scoring position. And up to bat at the top of the lineup, Cal Morgan. First pitch swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Blazers will start their return to play. They'll get 8 seeding games, trying to see if they can get into a playoff position in this NBA bubble. They start playing July 31st against the Memphis Grizzlies. Ground ball back to the mound, goes off the glove for Lamb. A race to get to it, a flip with the glove, not in time for Cade Johnson. That's unfortunate. You like to see a pitcher try and field his position, but if he lets that one go through, I think the chances are that Cade Johnson behind him makes the play and makes that put out a lot easier. Instead, Johnson had to redirect his path after the deflection on the mound, and his only hope was to scoop it with the glove and toss it to first, but it wasn't in time. So a base hit for Cal Morgan. He takes off running with the runners on the corners. Morgan will get in safely to second base. 2 down at the plate, an 0-1 count for Jackson Frazier. Looks to try and extend a lead for the Challengers on top 2-1. He fouls one down the third base side for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes for Frazier. He is 1 for 2 in the game with a double and been hit by a pitch. He's also struck out looking. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Lamb will get him to go down with the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Jackson Frazier. And Ever Lamb will get through the 6th inning, but he does give up the lead. A couple of wild pitches really hurting him in this one. It's 2-1 the score going to the bottom of the 6th. Doc's got to get the offense going in this 9-inning contest. We'll come back after this 60-second break. Doc's coming up to hit in the bottom of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Doc's Baseball here on the score today, brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. And sponsored by Abby's Legendary Pizza. Doc's now trailing 2-1 against the Challengers, who are up to 10 hits in this game. Doc's with only 2. They'll still be facing Jason Proudfit. As we go back to Spencer 6 to lead off things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Third time through the lineup for the Docs against Jason Proudfit. Spencer was at the plate when Logan Klopfenstein was caught stealing to end things in the 5th. Spencer foul tips one back to the backstop for strike 1. 1-1 the count against him. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. As I mentioned before, in the bottom of the 5th, I was thinking the third time through the lineup, can the Docs figure out Jason Proudfit? I would expect Spencer might be one of those guys that can. He fouls off another pitch, though, and he finds himself behind a ball and 2 strikes. Left-handed batter leading things off. Wind picking up again is Proudfit. The righty will work out of his windup. Bounces that pitch in for a 2-2 count. There is some action in the bullpen for Eugene. Or at least some guys down there. Nobody really throwing at the moment, but guys stretching and getting loose. A 2-2 count here for 6. Proudfit delivers. Spencer will foul it off to stay alive. Two balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff man for the Docs. And time called. Jason Proudfit, he does take his time out there on the mound. He's been very efficient out there. He's only faced, well, we got 27 batters so far through 5 innings. Not too shabby. At one point had retired 10, 12 straight batters at one point. Full count pitch here for Proudfit. Line drive gets into right field, and Spencer will pick up his first hit of the day as he ropes one to right. Line drive just above Cal Morgan at second. Would have had to have grown a couple of inches real quick there to get to that one. So Spencer gets himself on for the first time here today. The catcher will get a courtesy runner. Luke Van Norman will run out at first base. Up to bat, Jacob Luther, the third baseman, is 0 for 1 in the game. Walked and scored a run in the first. First pitch to Luther, breaking ball from Proudfit. Hits right on that inside corner for strike one. The 0-1 delivery coming up here. Luther gets underneath one, out towards right field, adjusting, and underneath it for the catch, Caden Sandow makes the grab for out number 1. That ball up in this afternoon jet stream that has been whipping around. Carrying a bit, but just lofted up there. Easy play in right field for Sandow. Up to bat next in the 3 spot will be Peyton Hope, who came in for Doran Gillespie after the 3rd inning. Hope from Sutherland High School and last year at UCC fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Out at first base, Luke Van Norman running for Carson. I knew I was going to start doing that. Spencer 6. Peyton Hope. This will be the first at-bat of the season for him. Mainly used as a pitcher, but getting some defensive time this season, or this game. Hits one a mile up in the air. It comes down to the second baseman, Cal Morgan. A lot of time to camp underneath that one. 2 away. So leadoff single for 6 has been followed by a couple of pop-ups, and now the Docs will look to Brett Narkowitz to try and get a 2-out rally started. Narkowitz taking over for Jet Black in center field. Van Norman on at first. A good lead over there. First pitch, Narkowitz takes for strike 1. An 0-1 pitch here for Proudfit, trying to get through 6 innings of work. He'll pick off over to first. Back and safely goes Van Norman. 6 innings of work for him. That's a healthy day out at the ballpark. And right now his team's giving him a 2-1 lead. Line drive shot goes right to Cal Morgan. Hard hit there from Narkowitz. Just goes right to the defender. And that will finish things off in the 6th inning. Docs get another hit, but no runs. 1 man left on base. After 6 innings of play, we go to the Top of the 7th inning, Docs trailing 2-1. It's a 9-inning contest, and we still got about an hour to get the rest of it in, so plenty of time to go here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Beautiful sunshine down here in Medford today, Southern Oregon. Giving us a great day for some baseball. First pitch as we start out the 7th inning. Docs trailing 2-1 against Eugene. On the mound, Ever Lamb getting a strike across against leadoff hitter. That is Dane Woodcook, the shortstop, batting in the 3-hole. Now a 2-0 count. Excuse me, a 1-1 count against Woodcook. He is 1 for 3 on the day. Last time up, he popped out to first baseman in foul territory. This time, he'll line one just over the glove of Jacob Luther. Into it in left field. A double will be for Woodcook, and that's his second of the game. Luther getting the glove up there. Almost got a piece of that one, just over it. Klopfenstein getting to it in left field, but that ball well hit, and Woodcook speedy enough to get around the bases for a double. Corey Apker will bat, 1 on and nobody out. Ever Lamb coming in relief. This will be his second inning of work. He did give up a run in the 6th. Apker squares to bunt but pulls back to take ball 1. Again, we'll have another game coming up after this one. The Docs taking on the Springfield Timbers. That one's scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. Squaring to bunt again. Apker takes on a pitch outside for a 2-0 count. Charging in, Jay Stoffel playing in on the grass. Jacob Luther playing back to cover third base. The 2-0 pitch, inside edge at the knees for a strike against Apker. That wind really picking up out there in left field. The American flag is whipping around just to the right of our scoreboard. Squaring to bunt again. Apker offers, misses. Back to the bag quickly will go Woodcook. Spencer Six staring him down back to the bag, although no one was covering, so no one to throw to in that situation. Two-two pitch for Lamb. Trying to get a big first out. Swing and a miss. He will do so. Strikeout number 3 for Ever Lamb. Strikeouts brought to you by MSK and True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 1 down. That was a big out there. We go to Peyton Bracey. The DH takes outside for ball 1. Bracey, the last player to face off against Ever Lamb for the first time. Had 6 hitters sent to the plate in the 6th against Ever. So he faced a lengthy outing to start things off here today. Gets a strike across against Bracey. A 1-1 count now for the designated hitter. The 1-1 pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out with a man out at second base. Challengers on top, 2-1 at the moment, scoring the go-ahead run back in the 6th inning. Lamb's 2-1 delivery off speed. Got Bracey swinging after it. Free swinging pitch there. He wanted all of it, and he did not get it. That ball lifted in the air out towards right field. On the run, Peyton Hope. Diving attempt, will not get there in time. Heading around third, Woodcook going to the plate. Bracey in at second with an RBI double. His second two-bagger of the day. Bracey out there. Driving in a first run for him today. Picking up an RBI on that one. Now 3-1, Eugene in front of Roseburg. Bracey trading places with Woodcook, who comes around to score for the first time today after his leadoff double. That's 2 doubles here in the top of the 7th for Eugene. So they will add another run against Ever Lamb. He has now given up 2 runs in an inning and a third. First pitch swinging now for Lugo, backhanded by Luther. He'll keep it on the infield, makes the throw to first, gets the out there. Bracey stays at second. Nice job by Luther to stick with that one. Knocked it down with the backhand, fired across the diamond to get Lugo, who's not the fastest guy on the base path. Luther, knowing he had time, recognizing that, stayed with the play and made the out. 2 down. Jonathan Prescott will bat next. He is 1 for 2. First time against Lamb, he grounded out to third, and he takes a breaking ball outside for a 1-0 count. And now Kenny Niles coming in. They want a courtesy runner for the DH. And it's going to be Kevin Pearson again coming out to courtesy run. He ran for Isaiah Lugo last half inning. So Pearson will head out to second base to run for Peyton Bracey. Challengers trying to milk every bit out of this top of the 7th, see if they can add any more insurance. They lead 3-1. A ball fouled back, down off the handle for Prescott. He's got a 1-1 count. So Ever Lamb roughed up a bit here in the 7th with a couple of doubles, but he has minimized damage so far. Defense helping out behind him. 1-1 pitch here for Lamb. Breaking ball misses low and outside. Coming up in between games, we will wrap it up with our Roseburg Disposal post-game show, but we'll also then send it back to CBS for a little bit, to CBS Sports Radio, a little bit to get us some time to prepare for Game 2. So we will get you some regular sports talk here throughout the afternoon and then come back just in time for the second game of the day. So stay with us for that. That at least is the plan at the moment. We should have at least probably about 30 minutes in between games, I'd assume. Foul ball. That one got Spencer Six a little bit, fouled right into his chest protector, so they're giving him a moment to breathe. A 2-2 count at the moment for Jonathan Prescott with 2 down and a man at second base. Ever Lamb trying to get through this top of the 7th. His 2-2 pitch swung on, that ball in the air out to Narkowitz in center field. Drifting back, still drifting back, and he'll make the catch on the run to finish things off in the top of the 7th. So that'll do it in the 7th inning for the Challengers. They add 1 more run on 2 doubles. There were no errors for the Docs. 1 man left on base for Eugene. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Docs got to get some offense going. It's still Jason Proudfit out on the mound when we come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Starting the bottom of the 7th inning, it'll be Jonathan Stone that'll step in for his first at-bat. He'll take over for Ryan Knight in the DH position. Stone will dig in. He had 2 hits yesterday. He'll be the first batter to face off against Jason Proudfit here in the bottom of the 7th. Proudfit going deep into this contest. But he's been pitching very well, only allowing 3 hits and 1 run so far. He misses low with a breaking ball for a 1-0 count against Stone. Jonathan Stone comes into the contest, now hitting 133. He started out real slow, but he came alive yesterday. No pitch on that one. A ball into the outfield from the batting cages here. So they will not have that last pitch, and we will reset. A 1-0 delivery for Proudfit. Stone swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 1. Yesterday for Stone as the DH. 2 for 5 in the game with a double and a single. He drove in 2 runs and scored a run. He hits here with nobody on base, leading things off in the bottom of the 7th. Still got about 45 minutes left to go in this contest on the time limit. So either we hit 2.5 hours or we hit 9 innings. There's a line drive right past the pitcher into right center field. Stone, his only at-bat so far today, he gets a base knock, 3rd of the season for him. A nice sharp line drive right back through the box. And the DH gets on to lead things here in the 7th. Much needed there for the Docs as they go through the lineup for a 3rd time. Trying to get some momentum going and see if they can cut down on a 2-run deficit, trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch, a strike against Jay Stoffel, who is 0 for 1 in this game. He struck out last time up. He's also been hit by a pitch. Takes outside, a 1-1 count. Only 6 runners allowed on base through 6 innings of work so far for Jason Proudfit. I'd say that's a good day on the mound. He's been looking sharp. The 1-1 hits the outside corner for a called strike. Jay Stoffel behind, a ball and 2 strikes against him. 1-2 count here. Proudfit delivers that ball into the netting for stays at strike 2. Docs will have, well, I guess they got 9 outs still left to work with if we can get through the 9 innings. Yesterday we got through only 7 innings in the 2.5 hours. This game moving along at a little bit faster clip, but that's what happens when you got a pitcher's duel going like we had for Mitch of this game. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike 3. Stoffel not happy with himself as he slams the bat a little bit, runs back to the dugout after chasing a breaking ball outside. For Jason Proudfit, that is strikeout number 8 on the day. 1 down. Stone still out at first, and Dawson Gillespie will bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Had a sac bunt back in the 2nd. First pitch is upstairs. Docs have really not even put much in play throughout this contest. 8 strikeouts is big. Throw over to first. Stone back in safely. So 19 outs so far recorded. 8 of them have been by strikeout. That's not a good ratio. Is a ball fouled back into the netting for Gillespie. Dawson, now the only Gillespie still in the lineup for the Docs, has a 1-1 count. Four hits in the ballgame for the Docs. We'll take a look at the scoreboard update here. The 1-1 outside. 2 balls and a strike now for Dawson. For Eugene, 3 runs on 12 hits, no errors. For the Docs, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors. For Eugene, a run in the 4th, the 6th, and the 7th. For the Docs, they've scored just 1 run and came back in the bottom of the first. That's your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. 2-1 pitch just misses a little high. Garrettson Building Supply helping build better communities, supporting our Douglas County community for nearly 100 years. Love going by Garrettson Building Supply. Those guys got everything you need. 3-1 pitch here for Dawson Gillespie. He takes outside for ball 4. That'll be just the second walk issued by Jason Proudfit. Stone will go to second base. Gillespie on at first, and here comes Kenny Niles out of the dugout. No, it's going to be John Goldagger that's going to head out there for a mound meeting. And this is a bit deep into this game here for Proudfit. So definitely think that they could be looking to make a change here at some point. They do have an arm throwing in the bullpen right now. For the challengers, that is Jarrett Allen from Willamette High School that is out there pitching in the bullpen. If another runner gets on, you may see the change made here in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up to bat next will be Cade Johnson for the Docs. He is 0 for 2 in the contest. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? And by our friends over at Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. And Cruz Farms. What goes better than with Umpqua Dairy ice cream? The Cruz Farms Pie. That's Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Just a meeting on the mound for Goldagger and Proudfit. But again, an arm getting loose in the bullpen for the Challengers as they try to secure their 8th win of the season, coming in at 7-3 on the year. The first pitch swinging for Johnson, popped in the air right field. That could be trouble. A long run for Sandow over by the fence. That one just goes foul. A very long one. The wind blowing that one towards the fence. It landed in the field, but it was just in foul territory. Bounces up over the fence into the bullpen. Not a lot of foul territory down either line, especially when you get out into the corners, only 3 feet or so. And that landing in that 3 feet section. Cade Johnson, an 0-1 pitch coming. Takes high for ball 1. Last time up, Johnson flew out to left field. Facing a 1-1 count here against Jason Proudfit with 1 away and runners at first and second. Outside, count goes to 2-1. Big moment, it feels, here for the Docs, who have had not a lot of offense today, but they have been able to get hits in the last 2 innings, actually make it 3 straight now with the single by Jonathan Stone to start off this 7th inning. So the Docs have been able to get a hit in 3 straight innings against Jason Proudfit, but they have not been able to do anything with it. As the ball lifted left field, this could be trouble, but that's going to drift well foul, and that gets out of play in the bullpen for the Challengers. That'll be strike 2 against Johnson. But with runners at first and second and just 1 out here, definitely feels like an opportunity the Docs need to take advantage of if they hope to stay in this contest. Only down by 2, but the way this Challengers pitching staff has been throwing today, got to take advantage of these moments. Can't let them go by. Johnson, a 2-2 pitch coming from Proudfit. High with the breaking ball. Count goes full. Waiting on deck is Logan Klopfenstein, the left fielder. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Full count pitch. High for ball 4, and that'll be another walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Jason Proudfit. They visited the mound after the last one. I would not be surprised if you see it again. And here comes another visit from John Goldagger. Bases are loaded with 1 away, and we may be seeing a new man coming out on the mound. Jason Proudfit, he's got definitely plenty to be happy about with today's performance. He'll exit the game, though, with a possible victory in his pocket. But if any of these runs come in, he could be on the losing end of this contest if the Docs can take a lead. The go-ahead run is on at first with 1 out as a new man will take over on the mound for the Challengers. Here in the bottom of the 7th, we'll take a quick 60-second break and come back with more of the action for you. It's a Shelby and Migulena Construction call to the pin here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Bottom of the 7th inning, Doc's threatening to get back in this one, trailing 3-1 against the Challengers. Jarrett Allen will take over on the mound. We'll tell you more about him when we come back. Let's take a 10-second pause for station identification. This is Doc's Baseball on the Score. Beautiful sunny day down here in Medford at Harry and David Field. It's day 3 of the Coach K Memorial Tournament hosted by the Medford Rogues. The Docs taking on the Eugene Challengers, and we're in the bottom of the 7th of a 9-inning contest. Jason Proudfit, the starting pitcher for Eugene, will come out of the game. A very strong day for him. He goes 6 1/3 innings, gives up only 4 hits. Right now he's credited with 1 run earned, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. He did hit 1 batter as well. But Jason Proudfit will exit the game, leaving the bases loaded with just 1 out here in the 7th. And if the Docs are able to start pushing across some runs, the victory in the pocket of Jason Proudfit right now could go away quickly. Jarrett Allen will take over on the mound. Jarrett Allen from Willamette High School, graduating with the class of 2020 this year. A right-hander on the mound. He'll face the 9-hitter Logan Klopfenstein to start things off here in his appearance in the 7th. And Klopfenstein chasing after the first pitch, fouls it away for strike 1. Went after a high fastball on that one. Klopfenstein with a single back in the 5th, but then he was caught stealing to end the inning. Looks to notch a second hit here. The 0-1 delivery from Allen, and it's across for a called strike, and an 0-2 to count quickly here against Klopfenstein. That was a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project big or small. Over 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulena or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and that'll be strike 3 for Klopfenstein. A strikeout issued by Allen. Big one there with the bases loaded. He gets the second out. And now it'll bring up Spencer Six. Six getting his first hit of the game back in the 6th inning. A single to right field. Docs will look for him to try and do some damage here with runners on every base. Jarrett Allen, first pitch, high for ball 1. Out at third base, Jonathan Stone. He came in as a pinch hitter for Ryan Knight and ripped a single up the middle. Dawson Gillespie out at second after getting walked. Kate Johnson on at first after getting walked. At the plate with 2 outs, a 1-0 pitch here to Spencer Six. He takes high again for ball 2. I'd say if there's a guy you want in this kind of situation, Spencer's a good one to have. Very disciplined hitter. Takes a lot of walks. Good contact hitter that'll put the ball in play usually. See what Spencer can do for him here. He's got the 2-0 count. Check swing. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Right around the knees to the lefty, but away. Jarrett Allen. 2-1 pitch. Line drive to center field. That'll get in. It scores 1. The game-tying run coming around third. Dawson Gillespie to the plate. The throw cut off on the mound. 6 going for second. He's in safely. Docs tie the game on a single by Spencer 6. He drives in 2 out to center field. Stone scores. So does Gillespie. Docs tied up at 3 with 2 outs here in the 7th. And there will go the win in the pocket of Jason Proudfit. Tough one for him, pitching so well throughout this contest. He will exit with a possible no decision. Right now, Cade Johnson at third with 2 outs would be the go-ahead run, and if the Docs could score that and win later on in this game, Proudfit could find himself on the end of a loss. Jacob Luther hits a grounder to third, picked up there, throw across the diamond, will stay tied as Jacob Luther grounds out 5-3 to finish the inning. But the Docs get a big hit out of Spencer 6, and that ties us up. We are knotted at 3 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Final half hour of the contest, final 2 frames. I'll have it for you. Tied at 3, Eugene and Roseburg here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Well, we go to the 8th inning. Everlam on the mound, now in an opportunity to possibly get a win as the game is tied 3-3. Looking at the numbers, 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Eugene, 3 runs and 5 hits for the Docs, no errors for Roseburg. As we go to the 8th inning, leading things off, Caden Sandow takes strike 1 from Everlam in a completely new ball game here. The 0-1 pitch inside for a 1-1 count. Wind continues to pick up here at the ballpark. Blowing in from left field. 1-1 pitch from Lamb. Ooh, did not miss by much. Low inside corner. 2-1 now. Lamb coming in back in the 6th inning. He's pitched 2 innings of work so far. He's allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. He gives up a hit here out towards left center. Long run. Narkowitz couldn't cut it off. That's going to keep rolling by him all the way to the warning track. He's got to get to that ball. Finally will. Hesitation from Caden Sandow. Thought about going for 3. Hesitated at second. He'll stay there. 3rd hit of the game for Caden Sandow. A double. First extra base hit for him. And Sandow will get in with a stand-up double to lead things off here. Narkowitz took the wrong angle. That ball got by him, and he had to start chasing. And so that allowed extra time for the runner easily to get to second base. 1 on with nobody out here to start off the 8th inning. J.J. Anderson will dig in. He is 0 for 3 in the contest. He's only at bat against Everlam so far. He struck out, and it's no longer J.J. Anderson. There'll be a new man at the plate, fouling off the first pitch. Batting now is Taylor Langworthy. The 0-1 pitch to him. Hits it down the first base side. That goes foul for strike 2. Back to second base will go Sandow. Also a ball out of the batting cages again. Or out of the dugout, or the bullpen, I guess. Back to the dish for Langworthy and a pinch hit appearance here. And we've got another baseball on the field. I was going to say that was from the Eugene bullpen, but there's nobody down there throwing, so I'm not sure where that ball came from. Everlamb with the 0-2 pitch, bounces outside. Nice job by Spencer to backhand and knock that ball down. That holds Sandow out at second. I thought for sure that was going to be an easy extra 90 feet there for Sandow. Lamb, a 1-2 count, trying to get his first out here in the 8th. Misses low and outside again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dox and Eugene in a 3-3 tie. Everlamb trying to keep it there with a runner at second base. He misses low to go to a full count. He went falling off the mound on that one. I don't know if that's the fundamentals they wanted to see out of him on that pitch. Full count pitch coming up here. Lamb will kick and deliver. Misses inside for ball 4. A walk issue. First walk for Everlamb. Just the second walk of the game for the Docs pitching staff. And time called as we go to Cal Morgan at the top of the lineup to have a conversation with Kenny Niles, who walks in from the third base's coach's box. Nobody out here in this top of the 8th inning. Tie ball game. Docs looking for some action on the infield to try and turn 2. First pitch, swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 1 against Cal Morgan. Up the middle, still got Cade Johnson and Dawson Gillespie playing up the middle at second and short, respectively. The 0-1, squaring to bunt. That ball popped up in the air, kicked around by Spencer 6, and everyone's safe. Spencer came up out of his crouch to try and get to that one. I thought maybe he might try to lay out for it to try and make a catch. It fell in front of him. Then as he was trying to reach down, I think he accidentally kicked it and just started dribbling that ball down the first base line, put it in as an error, and the bases are loaded. Everlamb will face Jackson Frazier. He got around on that one, yanks it into the gravel parking lot down the left field side here at Harry and David Field. An 0-1 count for Frazier. Frazier is got a, let's see here, 1 for 3 day with back-to-back strikeouts. 1-1 pitch from, oh, that's a foul ball. That's why you tuck your bat away. That ball was thrown behind the head of Jackson Frazier, got away from Everlamb, but he gets bailed out. Frazier left his bat in its normal position, and it hit off the barrel. So that is a foul ball, strike 2. The 1-2 pitch, and it goes by Spencer 6. A run will come in. Eugene is going to retake the lead at 4-3. Wild pitch will bring in the run. Everybody else moved up 90 feet. Morgan out to second, Langworthy to third. Scoring was Sandow. And Eugene takes a 4-3 lead. A 2-2 count at the plate right now for Jackson Frazier with nobody out in the top of the 8th. Swung on. That's a fair ball down the left field line. 1 run in. A second run will score. And the throw goes to third as it is a double for Jackson Frazier, his second of the game. And he drives in 2. And Eugene has taken a comfortable lead once again. They add 2 more there, and they're back on top. Largest lead of the game for them now at 6-3. 2-run scoring on that double. Taylor Langworthy and Cal Morgan. So runner out at second. nobody out still. 6-3 your score. Batting is Dane Woodcook, and he pops it up, and that'll carry out of play for strike one. So Ever Lamb, tough outing here. An error in this frame, hurting in the process as a pitch high for a 1-1 count. But still plenty of at-bats to go, although down to 20 minutes left to go on the time limit here. Ground ball, third base side, picked up by Luther, checks third, throws to first, the runner takes off, throw back to third, not going to be in time. Taking third base will be Jackson Frazier. Out at first was Dane Woodcook. Doc's got one out. Man at third. And Corey Apker no longer batting. It'll be a new man to hit. In for Apker will be Dylan Carson. He'll be the third guy to hit in the fourth position. He takes over for Corey Apker, who was 0 for 2. After Apker came in for Carson Lydon, who was 0 for 2 and tossed out of the game after some foul language when he struck out back in the third. Defense plays in with only one out and a runner at third. First pitch, breaking ball low and outside for ball one against Carson. Ground ball, third base side. Bobbled there. Everyone will be safe. Jacob Luther tried to cut that one off in front of Dawson Gillespie. And I think Luther cutting in front. He didn't get to it. Gillespie with a man running in front of him didn't get a clean look at that one. And he bobbles it a little bit. And on safely will go Carson. An error on the infield there for the Docs. Second one of the frame. Runners on the corners. One out. Up to bat, Peyton Bracey, the DH. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Bracey had a double to right field out in front of a diving Peyton Hope. The pitch here for Lamb. Squaring to bunt. Bracey pops that one up in the air, giving chase. 6 will run out of space. That one into the netting. Strike two against Bracey with runners on the corners and one away. A ball and 2 strikes. Bracey fouls off another one and he'll stay alive. Docs baseball this afternoon brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home. Runner going, swing and a miss, throw down to second, strike him out, throw him out. Yes, indeed. Docs will get out of the inning on the defensive effort. Caught stealing, Dylan Carson cut down. It was Dawson Gillespie applying the tag. At the plate, striking out was Peyton Bracey. And that finishes things off for the Challengers here in the 8th. But they do strike as they get 3 runs across and break the tie. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 6-3. Eugene in front here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
To the bottom of the 8th we go. Docs trailing now after giving up 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors there in the top of the 8th inning. Docs will come up looking to try and come back, and once again they were down 3-1 and got 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game up. And now they will try to come back here as they are down once again, this time trailing by 3. Today's game been brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Also want to say thanks to our sponsors, Mercy Centennial Medical Group, Cooper's Pest Control, and Colorcraft. And as we wait for play to resume, I think they're working apparently on second base, trying to get it back onto its post out there on the infield dirt. While we have a moment here, let you know, stay around for the Roseburg Disposal postgame show coming up after the conclusion of our contest. We'll have that for you here on The Score and with the game streaming at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Now the question will be, does this count against Roseburg's allotted time to come back in this game? They will not count this against the time limit. I didn't think they would. I wasn't sure if anybody was truly thinking about it, but got word from the tournament organizers here. No, they will not. Which is good. This was not their fault, and they do get the bag back into its spot. So the bag is back onto its mooring out there at middle of the diamond, and we get ready to go for the bottom of the 8th. It is Peyton Hope to lead things off, up for a second time in this game. He flew out to second base his first time up. This time he swings and misses at the first pitch on the offering. I believe it is Jared Allen out there still throwing. After coming in on relief in the last half inning, he gets a strike across on a breaking ball, and he's got an 0-2 lead against Peyton Hope. The 0-2 pitch from Allen. Swung and fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes here. Starting off the bottom of the 8th inning, Docs trailing 6-3. The 0-2. That got his head. He ducked out of the way, got the back of his helmet, and Peyton Hope, after falling behind 0-2, will get a little bit of help there. And a hit by pitch. Second hit batter for Eugene pitchers today. Jared Allen hitting his first. So all 3 runs for the Docs will go against Jason Proudfit. And all 3 of them were earned. As a pitch outside, ball 1 to Brent Narkowitz, batting here in the spot for Jet Black, who started in the cleanup position. Narkowitz goes after a high pitch, takes it out towards left field. That's going to be a routine fly ball out there for Jackson Frazier, who gets underneath it for the out. 1 away. Back to first goes Peyton Hope. Narkowitz, he got caught on a line drive out to second base. Just got unlucky with that one. But this one, he hits a routine fly ball to left. Pickoff throw to first. That ball escapes the first baseman. Now that is Dylan Carson over there, now at first. The first pitch now to Jonathan Stone, a breaking ball. A 1-0 count. Jonathan, second trip to the plate after coming in for Ryan Knight in the DH position. He is 1 for 1, had a single in the 7th, scored a run. A 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball inside corner, called for a strike. Stone wanted to go after it at first. laid off, almost got hit by the pitch, leaned out of the way, and it dropped right on the inside corner for a strike. A 1-1 delivery. Breaking ball again, outside corner this time for a strike, and Stone falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Our second game of the day is going to be the Docks against the Springfield Timber. That one's scheduled to start at 4 o'clock this afternoon, so we'll have a short break in between. Stone goes after another breaking ball, lifts it high in the air, shallow left center. Coming in, Jonathan Prescott calls for the ball. The center fielder underneath it for the out, 2 away. Goes to Jay Stoffel, who will step in for a 4th time this afternoon. He is 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch, and has struck out twice. First pitch here for Allen. Fastball outside, misses. Peyton Hope, the only runner on at the moment. Hope reaching base after getting beamed in the helmet. The 1-0 for Stoffel. Check swing, called for a strike. Jared Allen trying to, we'll have to look back at the numbers here. See, Allen came in. The runs went to Proudfit's total in the bottom of the 7th. Docks tied it up. So it'll be Jared Allen in line to possibly get a win if the score holds for Eugene. Swing and a miss for strike 2 against Stoffel, and he's got himself a 1-2 hole. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. Jared Allen tossing back over to first. That ball gets away. Peyton Hope gets up. He's running for second base. He'll get in, standing up. And the Docks will have a man in scoring position. First error of the afternoon for Eugene comes on a throwing error by the pitcher. Been a fairly clean game. Docks had 2 errors in the top of the 8th inning, their first 2 errors of the game. And here in the bottom of the 8th, Eugene getting their first. Back at the dish, Stoffel with the 1-2 count. Watches a breaking ball in the dirt to even things up. Jared Allen has been going to a heavy dose of the breaking ball. Two balls and 2 strikes. Stoffel pulls it third base side, deep in the hole, picked up. The throw to first, low, but picked up by Carson. Anderson to Carson for the final out, and the Docks unable to get anything brewing here in the bottom of the 8th inning. After 8 innings of play, we are going to the 9th. Final inning starting with 7 minutes to spare. We go to the 9th inning. Docks baseball trailing 6-3 against Eugene here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
We head to the 9th inning, and we'll see if the Docks can pull out some magic and get things back in their favor here in the final frame. as it'll be Logan Klopfenstein to take over on the mound for the Docs. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup for the Challengers. Ever Lamb is done. Lamb comes out after 3 innings of work. In that time, he gave up 6 hits, gave up 5 runs. And I believe not all of them will be earned runs. Lamb walked 1 while striking out 4. He did hit a batter as well. Logan Klopfenstein will take over. That means a new man out in left field. We'll get you the details in a moment. First pitch to Isaiah Lugo. Big swing and a miss. From the lefty Klopfenstein, he throws left, bats right. He winds and fires and gets another swing and a miss out of Lugo. Quickly to an 0-2 hole. Evan Bueckley, I believe, taking over in left field. That ball lifted high in the air, playable for 6, back behind home, tracking, and he'll squeeze it. That one just staying in the glove for the first out. 1 away. So I believe that is Klopfenstein in left. Narkowitz in center still. Peyton Hope in right field. The first pitch now. Klopfenstein delivers another strike to Jonathan Prescott. Watches that one go by. Klopfenstein out there throwing strikes. Gets another one. Swing and a miss on a ball that disappears to Prescott. Chasing that ball low, and it just disappears below the bat. 0-2 count quickly here for Klopfenstein. The lefty works out of the windup. Ground ball left side. It'll get into left field. Pulling the ball. Prescott gets a single. And a runner on with 1 away for the Challengers. That is going to be hit number 15 on the day for Eugene as we start out this 9th inning. They haven't really been able to take advantage of it. They had 4 hits back in the 4th inning and only managed 1 run out of it. Spencer Six, a quick visit to the mound for Klopfenstein. It'll be lefty versus lefty here as Caden Sandow will step in. He is 3 for 4 today, 2 singles and a double, and he takes low on the first pitch. Talking strategy, I would imagine, for Spencer and Klopfenstein. Logan. The 1-0 off speed, in for a called strike. Top end of the zone. Stoffel still at first. Johnson at second. Gillespie at short is a hit and run on right side. Takes his time to get through the infield. Quick throw to first. Got him there. Nobody. Oh, yeah, the throw to third. Did they get him? Yes. Double play to finish it off. Sandow grounds out to first. Cade Johnson staying with it. He had a long way to get to go to the ball. Had to make a quick throw. He did, and then Stoffel fires across the diamond trying to get Jonathan Prescott taking 2 bags and a perfect throw, perfect tag. Docs with the defense. We'll get out of things here in the 9th. And Klopfenstein will get a clean frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Docs do defensively what they need to do. Now they got to get the offense going as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Docs trail 6-3 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Bottom of the ninth, Docs needing 3 runs to tie, 4 to win this one in a walk-off. It'll be Dawson Gillespie to lead things off. He takes a pair of strikes to start off the inning against Jarrett Allen, who is in line to get a win if he can get 3 outs here in the ninth. 0-2 count here as we start things out. Gillespie swings and fouls off the pitch to stay alive. Dawson Gillespie today is 0 for 1. A sac bunt in the second, walked in the 7th. His one official at-bat was a ground out to short in the 5th. The 0-2 pitch from Allen. Off speed, ends up in the dirt for ball 1. Again, coming up next, we'll have our Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Get through that quickly. Start getting ready for game number 2 today as the Docs take on the Springfield Timbers, starting probably going to start a little later than 4 o'clock in the originally scheduled time. Pitch high for a 2-2 count. No appeal. Now they will appeal, and no, Dawson Gillespie did not go around. Two balls, 2 strikes for Allen. Gillespie gets around on one, but hits it foul, third base side. Ricochets off the fence and into left field. Jarrett Allen came in back in the 7th inning. Faced 3 batters, gave up 1 hit and RBI single, a 2 RBI single for Spencer 6. Since then, though, he has not allowed another hit. And he is not credited with any of the run. The 2 runs on that 6 single went to starting pitcher Jason Proudfit. 2-2 pitch here. Off speed, got him. Out in front. Gillespie couldn't hold back. He goes down swinging. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Jarrett Allen. And it's the first out of the 9th inning. 1 down. Docs down to their final 2 outs. Cade Johnson will step in. He is 0 for 2 today. He walked back in the 7th. First pitch, fastball low and away, misses. Johnson struck out in the 2nd, popped out to left in the 5th, then walked in the 7th inning, was left stranded at 3rd. Takes high for ball 2. Johnson with now 2 strikeouts and 1 walk on the season. Two balls, no strikes. Down right at the belt buckle on the inside corner for strike 1 against him. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the lineup up for the Docs here, trying to keep this game going, and that ball is in the air on the, well, it's going to travel into the shallow right field grass. Calling for it now, the right fielder. Second baseman Cal Morgan went out looking for it. Lost the ball in the sky, but Caden Sandow coming in makes the play. 2 down. That'll put it on Logan Klopfenstein. Now the pitcher moving to the mound here in the 9th inning. If he can get on base, the Docs will have a chance to keep this game alive. They trail 6-3. First pitch swinging, fouled back behind home by Klopfenstein. He is 1 for 3 today with a single back in the 5th. Was caught stealing, though, to finish the inning. Jarrett Allen trying to finish off and get a victory. Breaking ball ends up in the dirt. Can't get Klopfenstein to chase after it. Docs losing for the first time yesterday, on the verge of possibly losing again here today. Fall to 4-2 on the season. Strike on the outside corner for Klopfenstein. Right on that outside edge. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 strike away for Jarrett Allen to get this victory. A 1-2 pitch. Froze him, but it just missed on the inside edge. Might have been a little bit high. Not off by much. So Klopfenstein will have a second of life here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hits a ground ball to third, picked up there by Anderson. His throw to first is wide of the bag, and missing on the tag is Dylan Carson. And the Docs will have a little bit of life here. An error on the throw. That'll be the second error of the game for the Challengers. And Klopfenstein gets on base for a second time. That brings up Spencer 6. The game-tying run still on deck as the Docs trail by 3. First pitch called for strike 1 against Spencer 6. Spencer on the day is 2 for 4. He has singles in his last 2 at-bats, including a 2 RBI single against Jared Allen back in the 7th. Allen, I'm sure, was hopeful to get through this inning against the bottom third of the lineup before having to head back to the top. The 0-1 pitch to 6. Ground ball right side. Picked up by the first baseman. Foot race to the bag. Got him by a half a step. Split second. Spencer 6 goes tumbling to the ground as he gave everything he had to try and outrace the pitcher Jared Allen. But the umpire says that is the final out of today's ball game, as Allen steps on the bag to finish it off. He'll get the win as the Docs fall 6-3 against the Challengers. We'll tell you all about it as we go to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Back here in our Roseburg Disposal post-game show, the Eugene Challengers prevail against the Docs in this one here this afternoon. Docs will fall to 4-2 on the year. Eugene improves to 8-3 on the season. As we bring you the Roseburg Disposal post-game show, let them make the run to the dump for you. That is Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Doc Stewart's here this afternoon, unable to hang with the Challengers. Docs led 1-0 through a good portion of this game. Game was tied 1-1 until the 6th when Eugene took the lead. Docs fought their way back, tied it at 3 in the bottom of the 7th, but then 3 runs in the top of the 8th was enough for Eugene as they come away with the victory. We take a look at our final Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. For Eugene, 6 runs on 15 hits, 2 errors. For Roseburg, 3 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors in today's ball game. Getting the win will be Jared Allen. He comes on in relief, pitches the final 2 2/3, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Taking the loss will be Ever Lamb, who came in the middle innings, pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. That is a look at the quick recap of this one. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll go a little bit more in depth. We'll look at some of the numbers from today's ball game as the Docs fall against the Challengers. Final score, 6-3. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Docs fall against Eugene on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here at Harry and David Field in Medford as we wrap up Game 1 of today's Twin Bill for the Docs. They will have 2 games here today. Their next one going to be against the Springfield Timbers, who are just making their way to the ballpark. Docs a doubleheader today. They fall to 0-2 here in the tournament, go to 4-2 on the year. For Eugene, they go to make it 8-3 on the season with a 6-3 victory here today. Roseburg Disposal, let them make the run of the dump for you. Call 673-7122. Looking at this one, Roseburg again took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first on a RBI single by Jet Black with 2 outs. They led 1-0 until the top of the 4th inning when Eugene would get a run across. They get 1 run in. And I didn't credit anybody with an RBI on that one. I would imagine, I think it was an RBI single for Jonathan Prescott driving in Peyton Bracey in that one. Made it a 1-1 ball game until the 6th inning when Eugene got a run across in the 6th against Ever Lamb. Lamb gave up a hit by pitch, then a wild pitch moved the runner to second, Isaiah Lugo. Actually, it was a courtesy runner, Kevin Pearson. A ground out moved Pearson to third, and then another wild pitch brought him across the score, and it was 2-1 at that point in time. Eugene added another run in the 7th against Ever Lamb on an RBI double by Peyton Bracey, and it was 3-1 at that point. In the top of the 8th inning, actually Docs would score 2 in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game at 3-all. It was a 2 RBI single with 2 outs by Spencer Six that tied the game at 3, giving the Docs some hope going to the 8th and 9th innings. But in the top of the 8th inning, Eugene would score 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors, and that would put them in front. It was 2 runs coming in to score on Jackson Frazier's double down the left field line, and Eugene would hold on for good with that 3-run advantage. So Everett Lamb takes the loss in this one. 3 innings work, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Getting the win, Jared Allen came in the 7th inning as starting pitcher Jason Proudfit was looking really good, but he put some runners on. Allen took over. Doc's able to get a couple of runs. Those went to Jason Proudfit's credit while he was on the bench, but he will not factor into the decision. But Jared Allen able to shut things down the rest of the way, gave up just the 1 hit, and that was it. The whole 2 2/3 innings that he was out there, did not allow a run, struck out 2. Offensive numbers here today for the Challengers. Leading the way, Cal Morgan with 3 hits. Also, Caden Sandow, that is, with 3 hits. Sandow had a double and 2 singles in his. Then you had Jackson Frazier with 2 doubles in the game. Dane Woodcook with 2 doubles in the game. Peyton Bracey with 2 doubles in the game. 2 singles for Jonathan Prescott and a single for Isaiah Lugo in this one. On the other side, for the Docs, make it 5 hits in this ball game. Spencer Six with 2 singles. He did drive in 2 runs. Jet Black had a single, drove in a run. Jonathan Stone had a single and scored a run. And Logan Klopfenstein had a single in the game back in the 5th inning as well. Those are a look at your numbers from this one here today. And it's time now to name our player of the game. We name one player on the Docs roster as our player of the game here today, and it will be, let's see here. I'm going to give it to Spencer Six with his game-tying single in the 7th inning, batting with 2 outs against a new pitcher. He was able to rip one to center field, get the game tied up, but Doc's unable to hold on from that point forward. Spencer Six, your player of the game here today against the Eugene Challengers. Docs finished that one close to the 2.5-hour time limit, just went a little over. It looks like Game 2 of our day is going to start close to on time, which means we're about 15 minutes away from the start of that game. What we're going to do is step away for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will rejoin you here on the radio. We're going to go back to CBS Sports Radio for the time being, and that'll allow me a couple of moments here to get games 2 set up all ready to go, and then we'll be able to bring you the second game of the day for the Docs. So hang with us. If you are watching online, if you're on 541radio.com, or if you've gone to our YouTube page, just refresh things there here in a minute. Go back to the YouTube channel homepage, and you should be able to find the video stream up and running here in just a few minutes as the Docs get ready to take on the Springfield Timbers. So we will have that for you here in just a moment. If you are looking forward to having some more Docs baseball this afternoon, Docs will try to get their first win down here in Medford on the trip. All right, we'll come back. 6-3 the final score as the Docs and Challengers square off, Eugene winning by that 3-run margin. We'll have Game 2 in just a moment. I'm Joey Kieran for Brenton Cranford and Grady back in the studio. We want to say thanks for the radio production on that side. Thanks for the Eugene Challengers for being a part of today's broadcast. Thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for the broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. There's still more to come, though, so don't go too far. We'll be back after a quick break here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.